What's up, guys? This is your boy James, aka 68J, coming to you on this Friday. Let me just make sure that my mic is good. I think it is. Let's just didn't I forget something? Yeah, my mic should be on. Okay, mic is good. Mic is good. Okay, turned up, ready to go, and we're on. We are on point here. All right, guys. I look up, and who do I see? Only the most amazing family on planet Earth, EARF, hanging out with me. Shouts out to the Fire Master. What's up, y'all? What's up, my brother? Good to see you, Fire Master, my little homie out there in the Bay Area. We got Lions Den Daniel in the house. What's up, my brother Ruru? What's up, Ruru? On fire. I see my brother DCA Crypto Dave with the Crypto for Life icons. Appreciate you, my brother. We got Bullish Bird in the house. That's my dog right there. Mike, oh, my best boy, and I just got through having fun, a conversation. Had a pretty long conversation. I was going on my morning walk. One of my things, I said, hey, I'm going to get up and do my, normally I do my walks like in the evening. So I'm going to get up and start my day with the walk. So spent quite a bit of that talking to my man, Mike. Oh, shouts out to Mike. Oh, my best boy, if y'all didn't know, we got World Be Free in the house. Shouts out to my sis, World Be Free, VTHO. Make sure you guys get ready to go VTHO with Melissa. We got Tiffany Serranos is in the house. Silver Days XRP. Good to see you, my brother. What's up, Tiff? Happy New Year, James and XRP and community. Appreciate you in a major way. Cheers to you and my brother, Gabe. Matter of fact, let me give you a little cheers. There you go, sis. Cheers, coffee style. There you go. A little liquid crack live. Let me stop. Decaffeinated? Not yet. All right, guys, let's keep it going. DCA Crypto Dave in the house. Appreciate you guys. Silver Days XRP. We got a hell of a show for you guys today. And we're going to be talking about a lot of different things, guys, today, guys. Market cap, $3.7 trillion. As Bitcoin shows a little bit of life. Poquito. I know there was like 2 billion or so, something like that, of Bitcoin and ETF options that were expiring today. I think I read that somewhere. Ivan Hernandez, what's up, my brother? So Bitcoin right now, 89.8 and some change. We got Ethereum right now back above 3,000, 3,100, moving 6%. Uh-oh. BNB right now at 880, guys. We got XRP flirting with that $2. Flirting with that $2. A little bit more of a pump is going to overtake BNB again because that's what it does. See, when everything calms down, XRP okay, we're going to chill. Everybody chilling. We ain't worried about if we slip to 4. It's going to be back at number 3 probably by the end of the day. Just saying. Solana right now, 131.59, guys. We got Dogecoin right now at 13 cents. ADA coming in at 38 cents. Chainlink at 13.26. ZEC Zcash, 482. That's a big deal. I remember I was listening to Arthur Hayes, I think it was, saying that was a big deal for him in 2025. Made some good money on Zcash. XLM right now at 21 cents, guys. We got LTC right now, 81.23. SUI, 160. AVAX coming in at 13.60. We got HBAR up 7%, actually 6.67% over the last 24 hours, doing this thing. HBAR 12 cents. Shiba, can we get back to 4 zeros, huh? We're at 5 zeros and ocho. That's a little bit of a move. Went from 5 to ocho. Let me stop. Poquito, I know a little Spanish, y'all. I told you about that, huh? Y'all pray for me that it gets better. Toncoin right now, 181. We got Uniswap right now at 6 cents. Crow, if you didn't know, at 9 cents. That is a discount. That damn thing in last bull run got to 96 cents. My God. Huh? Is that a discount? 10 for a dollar? Just saying. That might make somebody want to holler. Polkadot right now, back above $2. Uh-oh. It's set around like that. 150, 160, 170, 180. Crazy. Polkadot. Discount. Is it over? I don't know. 209 is still a good deal for me. Let's see what we got in That's Not Financial Advice. Aave right now at 160, guys. We got near, let's make it clear, 168. We got Astra right now at 74 cents, guys. What else we got? ICP 308. We've got Midnight. Night. Huh? Is that ADA? At 8 cents, guys. We've got, what else we got? RLUSDs at 54 currently in core market cap. We've got Ondo right now at 42 cents. Caspa at 4 cents. Matic is doing this thing at 11 cent up, almost 7%, 7% in the last 24 hours. And by the way, guys, if you're checking us out for the first time, shouts out to the Real Canal Life. I see you, my brother Chicken 415 in the house. Good to see you, my brothers. If you're checking our channel out for the first time, my name is James, aka 68J. Been in crypto since 2017, documenting my journey in the evolution of money. And this year, 2026, will be going into my 9th year. It's hard to even say that. It's crazy to even hear that. Like 9 years? Not quite there yet, but it's on its way. And we started this show about the 3 years last November, or this past November. And so, yeah, guys, been one hell of a ride. But nothing we talk about in the show should ever be considered or deemed financial advice, for I'm not a financial advisor. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on. And by the way, we represent the greatest family on planet Earth, EARF. What? Now, for those of you guys who say, what does that mean, 6'8"? We always hear you say, do you not know how to spell 6'8"? Because it's EARTH. I understand that, damn it. I know that's where most people live in the matrix, where we trade time for money. You do just enough not to get fired. They pay you just enough not to quit. And then we try to retire on a percentage what barely got us by in the first place. That's Earth. Earth. Now we're on Earth. EARF. What? We're in crypto, baby. We're out of the matrix. We unplugged ourselves from the matrix. We're not in that slave-driven mindset thinking they're going to get us somewhere. No. We understand our option A, pay our bills, but option B is going to set us free. We're doing the things today that other people won't do in order to have the things tomorrow that other people won't have. It's called Earth. It's called life-changing opportunity. Good Lord, I need to cut back on the damn caffeine. All right, guys, let's move forward. Huh? Good Lord. Y'all get it? Got it? Good. Let's move on. Algo right now, 12 cents. Filecoin coming in at 146. We got Atom right now at 214. Trump coin still down $70. Good Lord. VTHO right now is 1 cent. XDC right now is 5 cents. QNT at 79.12. I know that, there was something I did want to. It was that conversation with, I know what I forgot to pull up. Damn it. See if I can find this real quick. It was with, was it Paul Barron? I know he's not going to show. Let me see if I can find that damn clip real quick, guys. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can find that damn clip, because I know it was Paul Barron. I want to show that clip. See if I can find it. And I don't want to show the whole thing. How would I do that? Let's see, Paul Barron. It was actually Paul and Paul Barron and Abs. So let me see if it's on. Let me see, it's one of these, right? It was. He had a really good interview with Abs. Is this it right here? It might be it. Yeah. I don't play the whole damn thing though. 49 minutes. I'm gonna see if I can capture some of what he said here with Abs. Let me see. And I don't want to go. It was actually a clip. Let me see if I can play. I don't want to do that. I know I can do. Let me go to. It was Let's see. Okay, so where's that clip? Paul. I should have had this queued up already. And Abs. I don't know if I'm gonna find it this way. See, I don't want to. Okay, this is 39 seconds. Wait.
Remember, we saw this big explosion, then a lot of old holders.
Okay, I think this is it right here. I'm going to pause this, but there was something that was said I want to kind of go back to. Let me finish up. I'm all over the place, guys. I apologize. Hola to my sexy baby, Jonette. I'm not even going to talk about what our little... Oh, God, huh? Me and my wife started our own little gaming center here. I'm going to leave it at that. Shouts out to my best friend, my baby. Huh? Okay, let's keep it going. Where we at? QNT right now is 79.19. We got Flare. Don't you dare sleep on Flare at 1 cent. We've got, and that's not financial advice, SEI right now, 12 cents, guys. We've got Cake. Andrew Tate said he likes cake. We got Optimus right now, 30 cents, guys. XTZ, 51 cents. God, I haven't seen that one in a while. Dash, crazy, 42 cents. Dash, old school. Stacks, just like the song we play here each and every day by my man Crypto Tales in the house. Shouts out, much love to my man Crypto Tales, one of the realest in the game. 27 cents, no affiliation with that actual currency. INJ right now, 486, guys. We got oh God, I haven't seen this one in a while either. Chili's, my goodness. CHZ, still on the scene. Wow, good to see that one. And then AB makes me think of my boy Abs, AB in the house at 004. Okay, that's the top 100 coins. Let's get into it. Okay, so there's a couple things I want to go over, guys. Shouts out to your food post. Yeah, my wife's always with the food, showing the vittles, all the things we eat when we're out. That's one thing we do, we eat out a lot. Well, my wife's an amazing cook, though. Okay. So, a couple things. Before we get into everything, there is an update that I'm going to... Matter of fact, where's my phone at? There is a... I need to make sure I remember this, too, because I'm probably going to forget. There's a meeting scheduled with... I don't know what I mean, but I've got an update that's going to be coming up. I reached out to the director of... Okay, so so that's okay. Matter of fact, 4 p.m. Let me put this in my damn calendar so I don't forget. Where's my damn calendar at? Okay, well, I need to make sure that I remember to do this or I'm going to forget it. But I'm going to be getting some updates on Monday for the film. Now, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, we have a movie. This is my fourth movie that I've worked on. Fourth movie I worked on. Second movie with director Ryan Lamar. If you don't know who Ryan Lamar is, he's worked on like American Idol. He's worked on the Bernie Mac show. He's done major films. One of the films that he is just he did some time ago was called Canal Street. He's got a couple other films that he's got about 8 films that he's done, and I think there was something recently here that just finished up. And then he's got some really major actors that are going to be in this one. You guys can get some information over here on the page about who we are as far as our community. It's called Chicago. It's kind of funny how the name came out, but it's for us by us. You know, myself and my partner Mike O. We have a lot of stuff to do in the entertainment industry. Specifically, we're 2 of the biggest investors in this movie. If you guys want some information on who we are, you can find it here where Chicago Coin is. We never shield our coin. It's not about that. It's about what we're doing in the community. But yeah, you guys can go over here and find out from merch to the team, who's a part of the team. We got some amazing people in the community, man. Amazing people in the community. That's part of what we're doing. So shouts out to entire, from NBA guys to me and Mike O, to World Be Free, to director. You guys remember Don Benjamin was just in the movie Him. He played the dad in Him, and a big time actor and celebrity and model. And so yeah, guys, if you guys want to check out that, you guys can do that. Now, if you want more information on the movie, I know we posted it some time ago, and it's right here. You can see right here. We've got some of the actors, some of the people that are involved. You guys can go over here and click this link. Go right in. So I'm going to be getting an update on this. You will be redirected back to Article 14. Okay. So Variety, which is a big publication, it talks about all the movies, all the music, all the big things that are coming out, actors, stars, what have you. There's a big write-up about the film that we're a part of. Me and Mike O are 2 of the biggest investors. We're also supposed to be in a pilot for the movie, or have like a cameo, I think is what it's called, a cameo in the movie. And so really, really excited. Again, this is my 4th film. First one I'm working with Mike O on, but you can see right here, you can see Mike O, which is, he's actually in the chat right now, Mike O, and myself, James McFadden, aka 68J, so we're part of this. So the reason I'm bringing this up is that I'm going to be getting an update on Monday as far as the finishing of the film. The film's supposed to be edited and dropped in 2026. I'm excited about it, and I'm going to see how it plays. I'm going to talk to the director. I know we talked about do it because you guys have been so free, and the reason I'm starting to show off this way, because you guys have been so freaking amazing as far as a community, supporting Chicago Coin, supporting just the movement of what we're doing, so we're going to be trying to put something together for the community. I'm not sure yet. Maybe a special screening that we can get people to come to. I'm not sure. I know it's going to be in Regal Theaters. But a lot of times when they do this, they have what we call a red carpet event. I've been to them. My wife has been to them. Is when we got to hang out with like Emmett Smith, his wife, and a lot of actors. I actually got in front of the room and spoke to the actors. I was part of that film, Canal Street, and so if we have a red carpet, which I'm pretty sure we will have a red carpet event again, we might fly somebody or fly a few people. I'm not sure yet, but we're going to do something special. So I'm going to be getting more information on that on Monday. And so I just want to give you guys that update that I actually, right before getting on this live, I communicated with the director. So hopefully I'll have something more for you guys who are interested in that. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so by the way, guys, if you guys don't know, we're live right now to the 100 people that are watching on YouTube. I know it doesn't show all that on YouTube, but YouTube, X, and on IMUTV. So we go live typically at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday. Again, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday. Sometimes we might start a little late, depends on different circumstances or whatever, and sometimes we even do evening interviews and streams, and sometimes we might even stream on the weekend. So, but that's typically our time. We'll appreciate you guys in a major way. But you can, again, find us live right now on X, as you can see right here, live on our YouTube page, which is Crypto for Life, at 68J_Crypto for Life. Catch us live there, and also catch us live if you download the IMUTV app on Roku TV. We're also on Fire Stick TV, and a matter of fact, I think I just saw something with these guys where let me pull this up. I think IMUTV just came out with an app. They're also going to be on Apple TV. So IMUTV, let's see, IMU, my boy Nile and those guys, I'm sure. Let me see, it's probably my messages here. So Nile, let's see. Wait, no, this is not it. It's IMUTV. Hold on. Let's see if I can find it real quick. IMU TV. So I think they just came out with a mobile app. I just saw where they came out with a mobile app somewhere. Oh, okay, we're live. So they got us live 17 minutes ago. Shouts out to Nile. Much love to these guys. Again, we stream live on their platform. Again, you can download IMU TV, the app, on Fire Stick, Roku TV, and they just came out with a mobile device, which is freaking amazing. Right here, look at this, guys. Check this out. Sick. Let's check out. I wonder if they got. Shouts out to IMU TV now on the mobile. So if you have an Android device, it looks like Google Play Store. And then you can see all the places you can download: Amazon, Fire Stick TV, Roku, all that stuff. So if you guys are interested in catching everything they're doing over there, IMU TV, make sure you guys go check out my boy Nile, Rob, and all those guys. So shouts out to them for always having us a part of their platform live. Every day we go live, we're live with them as well. Okay. Let's move on. Okay. Let's see. Crypto needs clarity so that institutions can act. Guys, that's really where I got so many people, I've been having conversations over the last few days, like, where do we go? Where are we going from here? Guys, regulations. That's what we need. The Clarity Act is going to be huge. But there was actually a very amazing conversation about this that Paul Barron and Abs actually had. And I'm hoping that this is the one that I'm thinking about that covers that. Let's check it out real quick.
When you look at the Amazon stock and what happened, I've drawn the correlation between the XRP price chart today and what the Amazon stock did back in the 90s. And there's some really strong correlations there. Like, first of all, Amazon created an all-time high at $5 and then traded below all.
Thank you so much, I Am Protectors. Yeah, I mean, what these guys are doing are just ridiculous, just exciting. And that's exciting, man, to be growing with these guys, to see what they're doing. Happy New Year, my brother. Shouts out again to IMU TV and all the things they're doing. Nothing but respect for those guys over there, and excited to be a part of that family.
All-time high for several years. I believe it was 7 or 8 years. XRP did almost the exact same thing, but then the the Telecom Act was passed, and we got 12 years. Let me say that again. 12 years of price action that just went up and to the right for Amazon investors. That's what I think the XRP community really has to overcome here, guys. We have not hit that euphoric moment. The fireworks, the light show, it has not started yet for XRP because of all the catalysts that we just outlined that are yet to occur. So when these ETFs are live and we're tracking inflows, when these stable coins are ubiquitous with the American economy, they're everywhere. People are using them for savings accounts and on exchanges. When you have EVM sidechain for XRP launching decentralized apps and people using them, that is when I think we get that 12-year up and to the right price action that we've been waiting for. And that's why it's everyone's responsibility right now to sit on your hands. Sometimes inaction is the best form of action. Don't talk yourself out of the investment of a lifetime because you didn't have the patience to wait a couple of years to have a lifetime worth of generational wealth and freedom. So
damn, that part right there is it. That is it. Now this is not what I was looking for actually. There's another one where it's talking about, damn it, I wish I could find this damn thing. How's Abs and Paul Barron bringing up all this stuff? Okay, I don't think it's that one above, but I want to just, that last part that he said was bars.
People using them, that is when I think we
don't let yourself. It's kind of like what Raw Paul says. Don't let you F this up.
Get that 12-year up into the right price action that we've been waiting for. And that's why it's everyone's responsibility right now to sit on your hands. Sometimes inaction is the best form of action. Don't talk yourself out of the investment of a lifetime because you didn't have the patience to.
Don't talk yourself out of investment in a lifetime. I'm going to add something to that because there's been a lot of stuff right now. I know people are, and I'm going to try to say this without getting into anything that was talked about before, but there's a lot of stuff going on right now about, obviously, I'm trying to watch it because I don't want to make every one of my shows talk about this scenario, but just be careful. This is such a critical time, guys. It's such a critical time. And the thing about it is there's a lot of people who are new that haven't gone through all the crap that we went through. And I've been in this thing. This is going to be I'm going into my 9th year, right? Got into 17. But there's a lot of people who either went through the SEC whole ordeal from start to finish, or some people who caught kind of the middle of it, some people who caught the end result of it, or some people who just got in right now and they're new to all of it, is kind of oblivious to what the community and what this, Ripple and XRP went through. Because it's hard to appreciate it. That's why I try to tell people, man, if you're new, if you're not new, if you've been around, whatever, you got to watch Rick from the start. You got to go and just see the story of, what this asset went through and this company Ripple went through, so you can appreciate everything. But in saying that, you just got to be really careful who you follow. I don't know why I get this thing in my head that keeps making me feel like false prophets. False prophets. And look, I've learned this, guys, and not, me and Michael had a conversation today about mindsets. And I won't get too much into our conversation, but we were talking about the mindsets that we have as business people, business professionals. Don't let the hat and sweats fool you. Like I've been on some of the biggest stages around the world, been on some of the biggest negotiations, had lawyers everywhere, been in part of a lot of different things where lawyers had to be involved and NDAs had to be signed. And what me and Mike were talking about this morning was how we look at things through a different lens. I'm not saying that. I mean, it's kind of like a football player might look at a football game through a different lens. A basketball player might, a person who's in a ballet may look at a ballet, or if you're in acting, you might look at how like for me, when I look at TV and I look at movies, I'm looking at it from a different lens because I understand. I've been behind the camera. I've been in front of the camera. I understand it. I've been a part of this movie industry and the filming industry. So we were talking about just a lot of things. I'm not going to get into what we were talking about because that's me and his conversation. And when I have my personal conversations, I don't typically bring them up live or it's no one's business. But I will say this, that when you've gone through some things in your life, maybe it was from negotiating contracts, from a legal perspective, from business, from making millions of dollars, and then also being subjected to con artists and being subjected to people who are not always on the up and up. And I've had, and Mike has had, a lot of because whenever you're trying to come up in business or life, I don't give a damn if it's sports, there's always somebody there trying to figure out how to take advantage of the situation. I mean, dude, it's like that. I quote it all the time, like that old Biggie Small song, more money, more problems, or more success, more haters, or the more you grow and the more you move ahead. I don't know why I wish it didn't work that way, but it does. I can even tell you times when I had businesses and I tried to hire family and family was stealing from my businesses. It's just the way it is, bro. Like you try to help a certain type of person, like I'm gonna give you the benefit of doubt, and they screw you. Like or you do very well and then characters or people with ill intentions just come out of nowhere. And next thing you know, they're trying to befriend you and they're trying to figure out how they can suck, the life out of, or somehow take. It's like when they say people win the lottery. I don't know if you guys know this. Sometimes people win the lottery and they want to remain anonymous. Because sometimes when you win the lottery and they put your name in the paper, dude, I've heard people talk about, and I actually had a friend of mine's son won the lottery, somebody I know personally. You read what they talk about, all these, what's it called, like foundations and nonprofits, and everybody start reading family you didn't even know you had. It's just crazy. And that's why a lot of times when people hit the lottery, they just check, I'd rather be anonymous. I don't want anybody to know who I am. Some people, maybe they don't know, or maybe they want the attention or whatever, but more often, I know if it was, and again, I'm not in a lottery mindset, but if I was a person who had won a lottery, I wouldn't want anybody to know who I was either, because it's just more money, more problems. And so that's what we were talking about this morning, is looking at things through our lens and being able to see things that may have made us very uncomfortable. And, and it's funny, my buddy who works for the government, I'm not going to mention his name. He called me this morning, high clearance, very, very high up in what he does in the government. And he called me and we were talking about certain things that has happened over the last few days. And we were talking about that too, having a certain lens. And he was a person who told me to stay away from a lot of things. This dude is funny because we were talking about this morning. He was like, you remember when I told you? And I was like, I remember. And this is like going back months ago. He's like, don't do this. And I don't trust this. So people see things through a different lens if it's if it doesn't make sense to them or if it seems too good to be true or whatever the case. Just sometimes it's good to have those perspectives. So all I can tell you guys is this, is going back to what Av says, don't F this up. I know people are excited to make that first 100,000, or if you already made 100,000, that first million, that first 5 or 10 million, wherever your place is at in this space. Just be careful, because sometimes we want it so bad that we will allow our common sense not to be, we don't move and we don't act rational. And you got to understand, like, what your potential, if you're in this space, you know exactly the potential of what XRP and other assets that you have. And so do other people. And you have to be careful. And this is not no shots to anybody. I want to make sure I make that very clear. This is not a shout out to anybody. But it's kind of like when I was hearing about like yield and this and lending and all that stuff is amazing. And all that stuff one day is going to be phenomenal. But it's like I said before, you don't want to be the story. You don't want to be the example. You don't want to be the early days of, and I think I made this comment, and I don't know if I finished the other day, like the Hyundais when they came out in the early 90s. And I remember when I had a bunch of businesses, from clothing stores, car lots, cell phone stores. We had a bunch of businesses in California, semi-pro teams. But when I had my car lots, in the very beginning, I didn't know a whole lot. And then I started learning about these Hyundais and like, I don't even want to mess with it. Now, if you look at a Hyundai now, they're great cars. You didn't want to buy and mess with anything like 89, 88, 90, 91, 92, 93. Like those are crap. But if you look at them now, they're actually solid. 100,000 mile warranties when you buy them. They're some of the best built cars today. But and the reason I bring that up, they had to go through something. They had to get better. They had to figure it out over time. And now they make a solid vehicle, right? And I'm not saying like I work for Honda. I'm just trying to give I'm trying to make an example here, right? Yeah. I don't want to make my whole show about this. So let's move on. The point I'm trying to make is, going back to what Av says, don't allow your excitement and ambition or because it's like when in my early days of speaking and doing business, they would always talk about having a vision board, and then putting the house that you want, and the car that you want, and the life that you want on that vision board, and you see it every day, and you manifest it into your reality. And a lot of my friends like Mike O, John Singh, a lot of you guys who are big business people, who are all millionaires, by the way, they all follow the same blueprint. We all do. And it's one thing to get excited, but it's another thing you got to be very protective. You come so far. If you're in this space right now, you've come so far. You don't want anybody to F that up. You don't, and that's what Raw Paul says. Don't F it up. Don't F it up. I'm excited. Oh, that's what I was going with the car thing. So like Hyundai's back in the day compared now, all that yield and lending and all that loans and all that all sounds good. But until we have clarity and regulations and things in place that protect people like you and I'm not going to be a gopher for anyone. Now I know there's some things out there I hear that I hear things like there's some things going on that's supposed to be great with like Flare and Doppler and certain wallets, and God bless them. And God bless everybody who's making money. I don't want no part of anything until there are certain guaranteed protections in place. And I remember when I used to have those conversations, thank you, Michael. I remember when I was having those conversations with certain people that were kind of trying to get me into what they were doing. And I would ask, okay, well, what's my protection? Well, how was it said? Like, there's risk. Okay, well, I'd rather take a smaller percentage and have less risk. Well, there's always risk. Well, hell, then no, I'm not interested. I'm not interested with anything, because what risk tells me, right? You hear word risk, I hear opportunity to F me. That's what I hear. So everyone has a different way of hearing things. If you say risk, I get risk. I get it. But why is there risk, right? And even if you say, well, hey, there's always going to be risk in everything, well, then I'm not going to be part of any of that. Like, I'm not talking about risk as far as my investment in this industry. I'm talking about when you're supposed to be handing your assets over to somebody, and then there's risk in you getting something back or even losing your assets. You work too hard to get in this position. So the word risk to me essentially means you have an opportunity to screw me, and I don't like that. And so everyone, and I'm just telling you, at my age of 54, being on some of the biggest stages around the world, and that's the thing that I hope when people watch this channel, I'm not trying to sit up here and act like I know everything or I'm the best at this. The person who knows most about XRP is Brad Garlinghouse, Jeb McCaleb, Joe Katz, Arthur. I said Arthur Brittle. I would say even Arthur Brittle, but I would say David Schwartz. Who else I was saying? Chris Larson, Stuart Alderete, Monica Long. Those are the people who know everything about XRP. I only know what I've learned. I only know the information that's out there. Obviously, I don't think anybody in this space knows everything, and I don't know how anybody in this space can act like they know more than others, because it's cool to say, well, I know this and I know that and I know this and that, but the only ones that really know are the people who sign those damn NDAs. If you weren't part of those NDAs with Ripple and all that stuff, all this, well, I'm trying to navigate cautiously on how I talk here, because I'm not trying to bag or badger or down talk anything. All I'm saying is, no one cares about you more than you care about yourself. No one cares about your family more than you care about your family. And I don't give a damn how great, it's funny, I was talking to Mike O this morning, and we were talking about looking at things through a lens. And we were talking about, people in this space, and I've met quite a few people in the space that I find to be very questionable. And I was referring to him like movies. I said, it's kind of like when you watch a movie, you never see like devils, demons, witches, or any they always look like models. The women look like models. The guys, if you ever watch anything, even when you look at the movie like Twilight, everybody's all handsome and cut up and built. Yet, and it kind of smooths you in a way that vampires aren't that bad. Oh, demons aren't that bad. Oh, werewolves aren't that bad. And that's typically how your typical connivers look. They I'm not gonna get it. Let me just pause, because we had a pretty. I've been having some pretty in-depth conversations with a lot of people, and I'm just going to leave that. So sometimes I can get on these, it's funny, somebody got on my YouTube, and they said, you took something that should have lasted 20 to 30 minutes and stretched it out 2 hours. Look, here's what's so funny about that. And I got it since I brought that up. It was one of the comments of the piece that I covered with Zach and Jake, and again, I'm not talking about any of that. I'm just talking abroad right now. So I want you guys to understand. I'm not. Both of those guys are my friends. I'm not talking about crypto friends. I kind of explained that already, right? You don't have to watch my videos. You don't have to be watching this right now. You don't have to. You can easily just click it off me. But the thing that I try to pride myself in, and that's why you see people like Mike O right here, Mike O, who's part of this movie thing with me, who we invest, hundreds of thousands of dollars, that we have done a lot of over 30 years. We've been friends for 30 years in business and friends. John Singh, who's been here 40 years. You see Narina Sammy, 30 years. You see Sly Fox, 30 years. 30 years. So you see all these people that I've known all my life in here. And so the reason I say that is that I have this channel to try to keep it 100 and try to give the best assessment of a situation or whatever the deal is, to the best of my ability. And I try to talk about things, and it's so funny because even I remember when I got into crypto, and I know I'm going way off right here. I'm not even getting to my damn show yet. But I remember when I got into crypto, I used to look for people who were successful, but who weren't arrogant, asshole, shillers with hidden agendas. And that's a hard thing to do in this space. It's a hard thing. It's so hard to find people who are authentic. And I say it all the time. Like when I post things, all the people are like, oh, he just posting stuff. You can't be sincere and phony at the same time. There's no effing way. How? And so that's what me and Mike we're talking about. As I'm 54, Mike's probably a little bit, just maybe a year or two older than me. But we talk about it from a lens of trying to understand or knowing and understanding that we know that we see things different because we've been through it all. We've seen it all. We've done big deals and made millions and did all this different stuff. So it's a little bit different and then come from the streets. And so, and seeing shiesty characters try to get us and had to get legal and all these different things that we've done. And so so sometimes it's hard for me because I get on these tears of when I start talking, and I just kind of follow where my heart goes. and not a script, because I don't care about being like everyone else. And Michael knows what I'm talking about. I don't care about being like this person, that person, this person. They're there so that you can go to their channel and you can listen to what they're saying. And you can go over here and listen to what this person's saying. And there's a lot of great people out there, trust me. But there's even more dumbass people out there who have no idea, and they're just capitalizing. And this goes back into what we've covered the last few days, capitalizing off of your lack of knowledge thereof or inability to understand, not saying you don't understand the bigger picture, but they thrive off knowing more. Okay, I'm gonna move on. That's all. I'm just, and so I tend to see things, and it's why, like, even when I saw certain things, I had moved accordingly, and I still move accordingly. And that's why I don't talk about everybody. I'm not connected with everybody in this space. But for the really good people that I am connected with, the people who, it just, again, you can go over to my Crypto for Life page. You can see some of our interviews. We've had some of the greatest, most brilliant minds on this, and I'm proud of everybody that I've had on my show. Again, you don't know everything, but you just have to be careful, cautious, guys, and understand that what you're doing right now is so. And I'm gonna end it on this before I go back to what Ab said here. Guys, look, what you're doing right now. You may not see it right now at a dollar, whatever the hell XRP or whatever your assets are, right? I'm gonna read some of these comments right now, but you might not see it. XRP is $1.98, but for people who got in at 0.002 cents or 1 cent or 3 cents or 5 cents or 10 cents or 15 cents or 20 cents, like, I know it's hard. It's hard to maybe understand. Maybe you got in. I saw some people say they got in at $3 or $2. So maybe you're down a little bit. Maybe you're up a little bit. Maybe you didn't get in super early, or even whatever your assets are. Maybe you're up 100,000. Maybe you're up 500,000. Maybe you're up 1,000,000. Maybe that's not where you want to be. I don't know. Maybe you're down. I don't know. But what I want to tell you is this. And I talk about this with my wife all the time, man. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity, man. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity, man. My wife is sitting here right now, and don't let nobody take this from you. Don't let nobody mess this up. Don't let nobody con you out your money or con you out your assets, and again, this is not about any. This is not talking about just the who do you think, and you can answer this question, who do you think has your best interest and will take care of your situation better than you? Nobody. And so until there are things in place to protect you, fully protect you, where someone can't apologize or a lawsuit can't get, like the whole thing that happened with the was a company with the fake Ripple stocks and all that stuff. Like, you don't want to learn that way. This is such a like, you're making decisions right now that your children and your grandchildren, if you have children, and if you don't, your family, but for generations to come, what you're doing right now will either leave your name in the minds of all those who come after you for two reasons. One, oh my God, our family member, whoever, like you or us did this and it was phenomenal. Or, man, our family member got screwed and could have been worth 10, 15, 20, 30, $100 million, but was scammed or conned. I'm just telling you guys, be careful, man. I know people right now, since I've been in crypto in almost 9 years, 2017, that have lost everything. And it's on my show. It's on my damn show. It's called DANG. It's Dang. And there's all kinds of stories, but Dang was one of them. And the Dang is, each initial is based off of somebody that I personally know in this space. And they don't even come on the show no more because everybody in that damn thing, they lost all their money. They lost everything in crypto. And my wife can tell you, there's times I would get off the phone and I'll say, honey, my heart hurts. And she says, why? I said, man, this dude just got through crying. It just got through, literally men, several. And I'm not saying that to like, oh, 6, 8, you're telling, you don't know who they are, so what am I telling? And that, again, it goes back to, I'm trying to share these things with you because I love people, and I love my community, and I love my wife and family, and I wish somebody would have done this for me. I had to find out a lot of this stuff the hard way. My wife can tell you, things that I went through. Honey, I made $200,000, and then watch it go. Like I've gone through things where I took out and I thought, oh my God, I made this much, and then it could have been millions. And so I've gone through the ups and downs in this space, and I had to learn things the hard way. Hell, even my YouTube channel, which I really didn't do this for I want to be the biggest YouTuber and get all these plaques. I just did it because I was like, man, people were remember, I've been in this for almost 9 years. I only had my channel for 3. So people kept trying to convince me to do this. And I'm like, I don't want to be in the public eye. I've been in the public eye my whole life. I don't want to do this. And I was going back and forth with my wife, but I said, if because I've gone through what I've gone through, and I've learned about certain things, and I learned what not to do and what to do, and I can come up with the dollar cost average of 70, 20, 10, the 25, 25, $50 cost, and all these things that I've learned that I came up with, and it's worked, and it's put us in the position we're in financially. I said, well, damn it, I guess I have a duty to go out there and share that with the people I love and care about. And then here comes a community, and so you keep moving forward, trying to be the best version of yourself to the people that you can, and say what you can, because there's certain things I can say and certain things I can't, but always keeping it 100, obviously from a legal perspective, or from because I'm not a financial advisor. But I do my best to not just talk about crypto, talk about life, talk about ups and downs, ins and outs, because no one's perfect. I'm surely not. But I think there's value in not so much how many plaques I can get, but just, and as a, I've gone through even with this thing has been I can say it's been more beautiful than headaches, but there are headaches that come with this. There are headaches that come with this, right? This damn channel's been shut down 3 times, and I still to this day can't tell you why. My videos are shadow banned. I was getting thousands of views, and then it's shadow banned to the day. People were telling me because I'm XRP, and I was Googling. So, you go through your ups and downs, but then you just try to, it's people like you guys. It's when I look up and I see Tiffany Serranos, I see Bullish Bird, I see DCA Crypto Day. It's you guys. You guys are the reason. Big Bro 10, you guys are the freaking reason I keep going. Because sometimes I tell my wife, like, especially when I've gone through things in the past or whatever, I'm just like, bruh, it's not even worth it. Like I don't even deal with half the crap and I wouldn't say half, but the shiesty people I deal with in this community, I don't even deal with that. And I protect myself from the characters and the things that you guys see. I just don't allow myself to have access, or for them to have access to me. I'm very, very, very shielding in my world and in my life. And it comes with a Brooklyn type mindset that, man, you ain't getting nowhere close to me. You ain't messing up what we built. And so when you put yourself on in a camera and do all this, it just subjects you to a whole bunch of crap. So anyways, I'm sorry for babbling on, guys, but I'm just trying to get a point across. Don't let somebody mess this up. And I'm gonna finish up what Ab says. This is so freaking important. Don't F this up, man.
To sit on your hands. Sometimes inaction is the best form of action. Don't talk yourself out of the investment of a lifetime because you didn't have the patience to wait a couple of years to have a lifetime worth of generational wealth and freedom. So I think that's really what people should keep in mind.
Man, my wife is on here right now. She can tell you if that's not the truth. If that's not the truth. Been in this thing since 17. If that's not the truth. Right? I'm just telling you. Patience. Okay, let's move on. There's a couple things I think some people do. You guys think it's a good time to buy altcoins and wait for a pullback? We don't give financial advice on Water Buffalo, but appreciate you, brother, for being here. Jose John says it's hard to find authentic people anywhere because people are weak. Being honest requires strength and sacrifice. Most people are too weak to be honest. That's a fact. That's a fact. And I just think it's where you come from, because before there was a YouTube channel, before there was this whole, I won't say 6AJ because it's been on I've had it, you guys know I'm tatted everywhere and it's been on my arm since, I was an athlete and stuff like that. But I came in this thing raw. I came in this thing not knowing nothing. My wife can tell you, bro. And if my wife, who's here right now, could especially during the time of COVID, right? Because I got into 17 and then COVID hit, and I had my ups and downs, kind of walked away from it for a little bit, and then went really strong in like 19, and then COVID hit, and I went and got an office, and I literally just locked myself in the office because you couldn't go nowhere, you couldn't be around nobody, and it was me, a couple screens, and I had a paper copy machine, and I would copy out, because remember when I started off with trading, and so I start printing all these things, and I put them all over the wall so that I wouldn't forget. And I went full throttle, like crazy into this space, trying to learn as much of it, because I was like, there's no way. Well, the evidence was there was an asset at 4 cents that went to $20,000, which was Bitcoin. And I'm like, what, I just had instant, regret, like, oh my God, all the stuff I've done, all the things I've done in my life, I could give a fraction of the effort and become a multimillionaire. That's what I told myself. And I remember turning to my wife, because every time I have an idea about something, I would, if I said, man, I want to have this, or I want to have a record label. That's what I love. It shouts out to my wife. I got to give respect and love to my wife, because no matter what I decided to do, if I and some of the stuff was in my earlier days when me and Mike, I had car lots and cell phone stores and clothing stores and dance studios and I did a lot of stuff. We owned semi-pro basketball teams with my wife, but wherever my mind went, my wife allowed me to go and just supported me until I accomplished those things, right? So I remember when I got into crypto, and it was at the time where our kids were getting older, and a couple more were getting ready to get out of high school. And I looked at it, and I said, look, give me a year, because at that time, I like I said, I got in at 17, lost money, got frustrated, got back in, studied hard. I went through the whole, and but in the final stretch, I said, honey, give me a year to learn this, to really get good at this. And either it's going to be something incredible and life altering, or I'm not going to waste my time with it. And and I said, give me so it's been amazing. And we left California 5 years ago, over 5 years ago, and crypto has just taken us. It's crazy. So anyways, so I try to be a reflection of who you are, or who the guy who just started off, who has all the questions and fears, and who's confused. Dude, I mean, from wallet addresses to moving money to this and that to what exchange to who's full of shit, who's not on YouTube and everything else. I went through it all. So I try to be a vessel for, or an answer for that, right? And I might not have all the answers you need, but I'm gonna do my best to. To just keep it a buck and always give you the best version of me that I can. And sometimes being authentic may actually be too much for some people, because I don't think there's enough of that on here. And I made that comment. Sometimes you get on YouTube, you don't know anybody's history. The only thing you know is what you see in front of this camera. That's all you know, right? You don't see nothing. No one shares their life. They don't share their and I get it, protection. I get all that. But some of it is protection. Some people hide behind that because they don't really want you to know who they are. And then once you get to know who they are, you're like, oh, wait a minute. This dude's full of, whatever, or this person. Let's move on. Okay, so shouts out to Abs and Paul Barron for that. Okay, let's move back. Guys, I tell you, I can get on these damn tangents. Okay, so crypto needs clarity. You say you might as well swing for the fences. The dollar is going to zero. You might as well. Yeah, but just do so in a very Jose John. You might as well secure generational. No, I risking what you. Yeah, I agree with you, bro. Yeah, no risk, no reward, brother. I agree with you with that, Jose John. But doing it in a way, and I guess that's what I'm trying to. That's what I'm trying to get out is always appreciate your time and knowledge and showing up even when you don't have to. Thank you so much, Tiff. I think that's just what I'm saying. Like this is one of those things that if you get it wrong or you miss the boat, it's not like you can't. The worst thing in this space is to chase anything. It's positioning. And right now, because of the way that the world works, and just in my opinion, by the grace of God, I'm gonna just say it like that. I'm going, it's just a sermon. No, but we've been very fortunate to be able to get into some of these prices as we have, because with Bitcoin, it waited for nobody, right? And it's not the same thing as like some of these utility coins, not at all. They're totally different. But when it got to certain levels, that's it. If you get so lucky to get it at 80 something thousand or 70 something thousand, if it slides back, then God bless you. But there are assets, in my opinion, that are way more important, that will solve way more issues in this world, that will be utilized. And obviously, you guys know XRP, XLM, XTC, HBAR, Algo, and others. That they're so cheap now that you still have that Bitcoinish type moment, right? Not saying that any asset will get as high as Bitcoin, and not saying they won't, because I think for certain assets to scale or to be able to be utilized in which they were created for, they have to be way higher than what they are right now. And I'm gonna just leave it at that. I'm not gonna it's gonna be I gotta watch what I say. It's gonna be this price by tomorrow. So let's move on. Clear regulations and institutional adoption. That's what we're looking for right now, guys. This is from All In Crypto. It says, according to Coinbase 2026 crypto market outlook, crypto markets are expected to see major growth in 2026 as clear regulations and institutional adoption embed crypto into the financial system. I need more coffee. Key 2026 narratives include tokenization and stablecoins. You guys can see that right now: RLUSD, ETH, XRP, and BTC. Now, this is put into more context here with this video. Where's that video at that I just had? Where's that damn video at? Did I lose my video? So what's next? Crypto regulations are next. I thought I had a video. Oh, right here. Okay, here it is. Okay, where are we at here? What was the last thing I said? So crypto regulations is next. That's right. Okay, starting 2026 off with a little bit of a move, as you guys can see right now. There's a little bit of a pump right now in crypto. We'll see how that plays out, if that continues up, or is it just another manipulative move to grab longs and shorts? We'll see. Certain altcoins are moving. Let's see. Going back into what I was talking about as far as regulations, clarity, and all that stuff. Let's listen in here. It's about 2 minutes and 13 seconds. Let's check it out. Oh, let me read it first. A U.S. digital crypto stockpile will include BTC, ETH, ADA, Solana, and XRP. Jamie Liberton, CEO of Reserve One, expects increased institutional adoption of crypto and Bitcoin in 2026, saying the typical 4-year cycle has also ended. And we've been talking about that, and obviously many around, because it's just a different time, guys. I told you guys before, 2017 was a hype cycle. Hype. Just everybody was hyping up a bunch of garbage crap. And for those of us who've been around here, we know that there's altcoins that are no longer here. There's coins that were in the top 100, top 50, top 30, gone. Top 20, gone. And so, everything's changing. And I think as more and more regulation and more clarity is put in place, we're going to see the market cleaned up. But it's just exciting to, see where we're at, right? We're and going back to the cycles, everything's different. So again, 17 was hype. 2021, in my opinion, was speculative. It was a speculative cycle. Well, everybody's speculating, people buying into certain and then 2020, I would say 5, 6, which is where we're at right now, is utility, which I think 5 was the beginning of the foundation being laid out. And everything being put into place as far as getting clarity, getting regulations, and because this is such a powerful time, a powerful moment. It's not hype like in 17. It's not speculation like in 21. It's utility. It's getting things done. It's real world adoption on the institutional and monetary level globally. And so it is the biggest opportunity ever. Right. And that's why you hear a lot of people saying we don't know if we'll ever have another moment like this. Not saying that it won't go up over time, but like the moment that you have right now is going to come and it's going to go. And what do I mean? What do you mean by 6-8 before I get into this video? Guys, some of these prices right now, like you tell me how many people that can go buy a big bag of BTC. I'll wait. Right. Nobody. Not in my family. Matter of fact, let's just go one further down. Tell me how many people in your family, I'm speaking on mine, and my wife is here. How many people in our family, honey, right now, that could afford to get a big bag of Bitcoin or even Ethereum? I'll wait. Huh? Nobody. You're damn straight. Sometimes, even with Ethereum, the average person, they say, don't even have $1,000 saved up in that bank. Now, you're different. You're special. I get it. But for the majority, that's not the case. How many people can go out and buy a huge bag of BNB? I'll wait. Go ahead. Huh? Nobody. That's right. Now, I'm saying a huge bag. I can get 10 of them. I can get 20 of them. That's not a huge bag. I'm sorry. How many people can go out and buy a huge bag of XRP right now? I'll wait. Anybody? You damn straight. Huh? How many people? And so you just got to look at that when you start looking at the top 5 assets. You take out USDC and Tether and even go to Solana. How many people can buy an extraordinary huge bag of Solana? I'll wait. You understand what I'm saying? So that's the mindset. The opportunity right now is so incredibly unique. And part of that reason, because look, some of these assets are so undervalued because of lawsuits, because of not having regulations in place, because of certain clarity that needs to be put into place. So, guys, I'm telling you. So that's when you hear a lot of people say, "This is a once in a lifetime." Yeah, hey, you missed Bitcoin. A lot of us did. I mean, my exposure was at $3,500, but a lot of people missed the big picture. I mean, the big opportunity. I would say the big opportunity, but that opportunity, right? But to me, the bigger opportunity, the biggest opportunity, in my opinion, is right now. Well, 6 how could you say that when XRP was 50 cents? Does 50 cent really matter? If you're talking about an asset that has the potential to go to some of these like even Dom and Phil over at Easy A, very what's the word? Conservatively, 1,000 by 2030. Well, if you take some of those things that Brad Garlinghouse, not just the fact that he says XRP is at the center of everything Ripple does, but what about the 14% in 5 years, which will put us about 2030? You know, hey, if we saw $1,000 XRP, does 50 cents or $1 or $2 or $1.80 matter? No. It's like sitting there going, I bought XRP at, no, I bought Bitcoin at $10 and you bought it at 100. Ha ha. Huh? Give a damn if you bought it at $10. Good for you. I bought it at 100. I'm rich as hell too. So that's what I'm saying. Like the opportunity right now, this moment, is such a blessing. And if you guys go onto my YouTube channel, you guys will hear. If you go to like some of the videos and stuff, and not the shows, but the videos, you'll see where I've had Linda P. Jones and Molly Elmore and just a lot of big names on the show. And I know Linda P. Jones and Molly Elmore had talked about, you guys could see AJ from BitBoy's channel. You can see all these people, early days of Jake Claver and Coach JV, and just so many people, Rob Cunningham. And these are just some of the small videos that I cut out of Echo from back in the day, and Chris and those guys from Fruition. And we had just so many people, Stephen Neroff, and just a lot of people on this show. And if you want to catch the full version of that, go to the lives. But the point I'm making is one of the things that Linda P. Jones and Molly Elmore both said in their thing, and said, this is one of the greatest blessings ever. That lawsuit, even though it was horrific, even though it was damaged in many ways, even though it was unwarranted, but if you want to look at the light in the darkness, it's the blessing of people being able to position themselves at this time. And anything between now and a few bucks. And what you got to understand, the reason I'm bringing this up is that people are going to be priced out. If not right now, and I see XRP is getting ready to hit $2. If not right now, you're priced out, or you're going to be priced out, they'll be priced out at $10, $20. It'd be damn near impossible for some people at $100 to get huge bags of this asset. So I'm just saying, are you saying 100? I'm saying, damn it, in time, anything's possible. I'm not in it for a $5 XRP, a $10 XRP, $100. My belief is predicated off of me doing my own damn research. The information's out there, the answer's out there, right? And for anybody who doesn't see it, is either they hate it because they want to shill something else they're doing, or they got in early with something like Bitcoin and they don't want anybody else to get rich, or they just don't believe enough in themselves, or some people are just, man, look, some people just, they wake up every day just, don't even like what they see in the mirror. So how can they support you, and how can they be, that's a fact. So anyways, guys, just, that's the point I'm trying to make. Be prepared. A lot of big things are happening. She says, the same 4-year cycle has ended and altcoins will benefit from U.S. regulations. I actually think, she says, quote, I actually think we'll see a new Bitcoin all-time high. So let's listen into what this young lady had to say. Again, this is, what's her name again? Jamie Leverton. I think that's how you said it. Okay, let's check it out.
Bitcoin, 20% alternative assets, really inspired by what we're hearing from the Fed as far as what they intend to maintain.
And let me say this, guys, before I'm going to play this again. Let me say this. You're always going to have people out there with these platforms. You're going to have YouTube. You're going to have people that are X. You're going to have people who are smart, sound smart, or trying to portray themselves as something they're not. But what excites me about this, when I got in this space, and I want to make a quick point before I go into the video. When I got in this, I see guys and girls in this space, more guys, because, I don't know what it is about, I don't want to say anything weird, but like, it just seems like women tend to be a lot more ethical in this space that I've seen. But I've seen a lot of people in this space that I would have never even hired in my own businesses, that I would never do business with. I see people that are talking, I'm thinking, man, these dudes are, they get in, they learn something, they go through a lot of learning, and then they try to come across and join my Patreon, give me your money, and they honestly, they probably made more money off of your backs and the backs of the people searching for answers than they have themselves. But the point I'm trying to make with that is, what excites me is that I'm starting to see more people like this. I'm starting to see more smart people. You know, you're starting to see the big players like the Raw Powells, the people coming in. I can't think of that one guy, something Lee, and you're starting to see people like this young lady here, Jamie Leverton. This is when you know things are getting ready that they are changed. They have changed, and they're going to continue to change in a positive direction. Because when you start getting these people, not guys that worked at Chuck E. Cheese 2 years ago, guys that were managers at McDonald's, and again, I worked at McDonald's at 16. I'm not trying to, I'm just saying guys who had no idea that they get into this and they don't have any really authentic skill set of leadership. Therefore, they read things, they learn, and they vomit it onto people, and it sounds smart and it sounds great. Some of them are very valid. Some of them are not. God knows. But they take no accountability for what they're saying. They don't even know how to. It's not about that. The only thing, and I don't want to say this to be mean, but a great example of that is BitBoy. And I'm not crapping on BitBoy, but I'm just saying, if anybody's looked at his story or heard his story, you got into a place, you learned enough. You can still see there were some inconsistencies of what he knew. He just talked smart about what he did know. And even if when he talked smart about what he did know, you can kind of see some things you kind of question, how smart is this guy really? But he got popular. He was right timing. Platform blew up, made millions. And then all of a sudden is that thing that when they say money only magnifies who you are. I'm accountable to my wife. I'm accountable to my friends like Anthony Wanner, who I've known for years, or Michael I've known for 30, or John Singh I've known for 40, or so many people here that I've known for 15, 20, 30, And so they're here because it's a consistency of who I have been my whole freaking life. Tell me if I'm wrong, right? And that's why they're here. I've never gotten in people's chat and see people they know more than just 2 years or 3 years. So the point I'm trying to make is, and I'm not trying to say that to put anyone down, I'm just saying you got to be careful, because at the end of the day, it's who's willing to take accountability. Everyone's just chasing a dollar. They're focused on the dollar, the dollar, the dollar, the dollar. And no matter what you think, they're focused on their house, their lifestyles. There's this, there's that. And that's what it is. I can't be that way because I'm not selling nothing. I don't need my YouTube to give me money. I don't need my wife can tell you, I don't need that crap. Crypto's already been good to me in the almost 9 years now that I've been in it. So if I want to go out, and I was telling this to somebody the other day, if I want to go out there and buy me 10 Lambos today, I'll go do it. And my wife will probably tell me, man, just make sure you get different colors. We've put ourselves in that position. So God is good. And all I'm saying is be careful. Be careful with people who don't have your best interest at play. That's all I want to say. That's it.
Bitcoin.
And please don't take anything that I say like somebody gonna make a dumbass comment about Lambo. It's an example of if you position yourself and have patience. This is not the easiest thing in the world. Trust me, having patience, and just understand that fact. No one cares more about you, damn it, than you do. And it's gonna start coming. There's gonna be more and more crazy stories, just like we heard with those. I don't know how many people got bothered by the fake Ripple stocks that happened. Was it linked to or whatever? I don't know who was that with. Was it linked to? You're going to hear more. You're going to hear a lot of controversial things because as regulatory clarity comes in and regulations and the big players get in, other things, other situations, other people are going to get exposed. It's just what it is.
Bitcoin, 20% alternative assets, really inspired by what we're hearing from the Fed as far as what they intend to maintain in the digital asset stockpile, which is Ethereum, Solana, ADA, XRP.
What?
And then we also have the ability to allocate.
I don't know why that sounds so good. I'm sorry, guys. Can I hear that one more time?
Ethereum, Solana, ADA, XRP. And then we also have the ability to allocate up to 10% of our.
So Trump wasn't just talking crap when he went on Truth Social. He wasn't just going crazy when he said extra. And it's funny because when you hear her say it, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, ADA, that's not really the order Trump said it, right? But it's okay. We'll take it. We'll take it because what we know is Trump put XRP first, then ADA or Solana ADA, and then 15, 20 minutes later he came. Oh, wait a minute. My bad, dog. Americans, Bitcoin and Ethereum too. That's how it actually played out. But they, it's okay. I ain't holding nothing against the young lady, but they always try to put XRP at the back of the bus. That's where the opportunity is. They can't deny it.
Which is Ethereum, Solana, ADA, XRP. And then we also have the ability to allocate up to 10% of our AUM into venture opportunities that we see that really support the broader ecosystem. So the opportunity to invest in an equity like Reserve One really gives you exposure to the broader ecosystem managed by a group of professionals that have been in the space for a long time.
Have you already acquired the Bitcoin?
No, so we don't actually begin our accumulation strategy until the deal closes, anticipated to be in Q1.
That was what I was going to ask, because obviously Bitcoin's still below 90K, 30% below the highs it saw just in October, just 3 months ago. And
Yeah, she did, Anthony. She said at the very beginning. I'm gonna play it again. I'm not gonna play the whole thing, but just so you can hear that part. It was like she was just finishing saying Bitcoin about something. So I don't think this was the whole interview, but check it out. She said it right here. Watch, right here.
Bitcoin, 20%.
So I think they were saying that they're gonna allocate 20% into Bitcoin. If you hear that, it's like Bitcoin 20%, but it was like Bitcoin. You got like the last part of it.
Bitcoin, 20% alternative assets, really inspired by what we're hearing from the Fed as far as what they intend.
What we're hearing from the Fed, going back to what Trump put out, was bars. And then they paused and they stopped them saying, look, wait a minute, we need to do this thing in cycles, babe. We need to do this thing. We need to roll it out a certain way because he was giving too much love to XRP. Damn straight.
Tend to maintain in the digital asset stockpile, which
they heard from the Fed, which is what? I'm going to let her say it, Ethereum.
In the digital asset stockpile, which is Ethereum, Solana, ADA, XRP.
She actually said it backwards because Trump said XRP, ADA, Solana. Oh, by the way, Ethereum and Bitcoin. Yeah, come on now, stop it. But shouts out to the young, you know I got to have fun with this. All right, let's move on. Damn, my show went over an hour and I ain't even got to nothing yet, right? Hey, that's why you got to love us, huh? It's not about being busy, but effective. It's not about being busy. I'm busy, but are you effective? That's a fact. It says, let's see, once again, great TA from Tara. She puts out XRP broke back. It says, good morning. XRP broke back above the macro 0.5 support at $1.88. This is a really good start to the new year. And this is bars if you hear what she's saying, right? We have looked, and she put this out hours ago. So it was like 5 a.m. before we had this little bit of a pump. XRP broke back above the macro 0.5 support at $1.88. This is a really good start to the new year. We have local resistance at $1.91, so almost there. We need XRP to come down to $1.88, which it did, again, and confirm it as support. It did. I'm expecting this back test to happen very soon. If it can hold $1.88 level from here on out, I think we'll see a big push to the $2.30 resistance next. Going live today at 1 p.m. if you guys want to check out Cassie Trades and her great TA. All right, let's keep it going. Perfect time for 100x altcoin season. Would you guys agree with that? I think so. I know a lot of people say, what happened with the altcoin season? Guys, it's extended. Some people call it extended cycle, super cycle, hyper cycle. Call it whatever the hell you want to, huh? Are we there yet? Nope, but we're getting there. Okay, show your support for John Deaton, man. Shouts out to John Deaton. Much love to John Deaton. His story is very inspiring. The food stamp warrior. A lot of similarities, man, in our story. Represented the 75,000, which I was part of that initial when he represented 75,000. I was one of the people that submitted my information to him. When the SEC tried to wipe out thousands of small crypto investors, I built a nationwide effort on my own time and own dime. More than 75,000 people joined me. I was one of them, and we won. I gave ordinary investors a voice when no one else would. That's a fact. So shouts out to my man, John Deaton. You guys get a chance. Make sure you guys go support him and all that he's trying to do. And I got a commitment from John Deaton. I'll be there. I'll be there, brother. So shouts out. He'll be part of XRP Las Vegas Meetup 2026, as will many others. And I've gotten correspondence back from like Paul Barron and others. So I'm really, really excited. It's going to be an amazing show or amazing event. Deuces of 2025. Peace out. See ya. 2025, you're out of here. Let's go 2026. Hey, can't change anything. Can't go back in the past. But I will say that a lot was accomplished in 25. And sometimes it was things that we probably couldn't all the way see. I know it was frustrating. But guys, I tell people all the time, like you'll see quick results when it's something like a quick change. But when you're talking about something like changing, global finance, changing the way that money moves, changing how things have been done in a very old-fashioned, old-school way for so long. Well, you got to remember, there's a lot of people who have have figured out and taken advantage and positioned themselves in that old system. And they're making a ridiculous amount of money. And it's not an easy change because they realize, the cash cow is about to get cut off because once you hit that blockchain, baby, once everything's tokenized, just saying. They realize, and that's why you got a little bit of pushback. We'll get there. Crypto market cap reclaims $3 trillion. You're damn straight. $3 trillion. As it's funny because Bitcoin's up just a tad bit from there, but XRP has gotten up to that $2 range. All right, nothing to be happy about. It shows us growth or a little movement. Let your past problems be gone like 2025. Focus. See how I capitalized that? There's a reason for that. On better things going forward in 2026. Facts. 2026, peace, joy, hope, and love, baby. Peace, joy, hope, and love. Anything that's not equating to that, get rid of it. I did. I did. Okay, I did share what I wanted. Okay. Oh, so this is the one I've already shared, huh? Damn it. I don't think this is the one that, I'm gonna look at this. Was this the one that was talking about clarity? We'll check it out right now. XRP already has clarity. If the Clarity Act doesn't act, okay, so I like this. What happens if the Clarity Act doesn't act? I don't think this is the part. This is the part I want you guys to hear. What happens if the Clarity Act doesn't come through? This is dope.
A big question that everybody asks a lot is, what happens if clarity doesn't come through? Does this hurt Ripple? What's your opinion on that?
Here's what I do know. If clarity does get passed, it will benefit Ripple because Brad Garlinghouse, according to Charles Hoskinson, is the #1 digital asset representative working with the U.S. government in order to create the Clarity Act. So,
okay, I'm going to stop. Did y'all hear what he just said? Crypto for life, Chicago Corn family. Did y'all hear what he just said? He didn't say Stickum, Skunk G-String coin, or some other crypto asset CEO. He said who's the #1 person working with the Fed? Huh? Who's the #1?
A big question that everybody asks a lot is, what happens if clarity doesn't come through?
Okay.
Does this hurt Ripple?
And Gary Gensler, Huckster, Froster, Trickster, tried to do everything. I'm telling you, I've said this for years. There's a reason they're going after XRP and Ripple. There's a reason they're not going after anybody else like that. There's a reason. They knew. You got to remember, XRP was #2 at one point, even #1 surpassing Bitcoin for a moment. They knew. They're like, well, they looked at the charts like, wait a minute, what? It's above Bitcoin? Hell no. It's above Ethereum? Oh, hell no. Somebody, Jay Claver. No. Jay Clayton. Sorry about that, guys. Jay Clayton. What's the other guy's name? Jay Clayton and what's the other dude's name? Bill Hinman. Y'all got to do something. Bill's like, I'm on my way out. No, hell no. Before you leave, you better do something. Lawsuit. Because they knew. Abs is telling it right now. They knew. It was the one. It's the chosen one. Those aren't just words. It's a fact. Beef Bourgeon, part of the Crypto Summit, Senate hearings, everywhere you look. And Brad Garlinghouse, who they're talking about right now, said XRP is at the center of everything we do. Who's the #1 guy working on from crypto right now? Who did he say? I don't know. My ears, maybe got a little wax in there. Let me see.
What's your opinion on that?
here's what I do know. If clarity does get passed, it will benefit Ripple because Brad Garlinghouse, according to Charles Hoskinson, is the #1 digital asset representative working with the U.S. Because Brad Garlinghouse, according to Charles Hoskinson, benefit Ripple because Brad Garlinghouse, according to Charles Hoskinson, is the #1 digital asset representative working with the U.S. government in order to create the Clarity Act. So
the number one. And that's not even from Brad. Brad don't talk about stuff like Charles said it. Charles said it. You know Charles. What do I do? Good Lord. Crypto for Life, Chicago Coin Family, XRP Army. This is for you. Know what you hold.
This one, does it like it is. Got them switching gears, new Ferrari with the tens. On some bullet shit, stop crying, start buying, getting bags. I ain't lying. Money multiplying, call it rocket science. I'm so tired of this crypto control. You already know, basing let money go. Swimming in the dough as you see gets exposed. Tomorrow's the day we gon' blow. I'll be better off when you selling at a loss, not caring what it costs. I'm buying when it drop, waiting for the flip flop to the tip top. While you watching TikTok. Rocks on my new wristwatch. Hit the Vegas crypto meetup.
Vegas Crypto Meetup 2026 is going to be epic. Let's keep it going.
Hello, nice to meet you. Shower DAI like we do it all the time. Did a show with Lady E in the bag, man, the next night. A moon party, so you know we had to take flight. So many years and it's still no tears. If fear's selling, then I'm still all in. What do you do when your freedom is an illusion? How high will it go when the XRP get the moving? It's amusing when you know that you ain't losing. Going back to go back, got them choosing. Which one? Bag it up. This one? Bag it up.
I don't know. For some reason, it was just a while ago. I just kind of forgot what he just said.
Digital asset representative working with the U.S. government in order to create the Clarity Act. So that we do know will benefit Ripple because Brad Garlinghouse, according to Charles Hoskinson, is the #1 digital asset representative working with the U.S. government in order to create the Clarity Act. So
Brad Garlinghouse, isn't that the guy who's the CEO of Ripple, who represents XRP, the one that all these maxes are trying to tell you that no, they didn't say Satoshi's working with the Fed and the government. They said Brad, not Satoshi, not Joseph Lubin, huh? Not any of those guys up. Not. Oh Lord, let's keep it going.
So that we do know. Now, if it doesn't get passed, here's what I would say.
This is a bar right here that he says next.
It's undoubtedly because it became a bipartisan issue, or sorry, a partisan issue, I should say, where I think the Democrats have kind of established themselves as the anti-crypto and the Republicans as the pro-crypto. And I've been very supportive of Donald Trump. I've been very outspoken about that.
But what he says next, pay attention.
One of the things I think he did incorrect was launch his meme coin, because I think there's so much manipulation that can happen. Like, there's so many examples of people launching crypto projects and having good intentions, and then market makers come in, liquidity providers, and all of a sudden
it's not the fact that that there was a meme coin launched, right? There's nothing like, look, if the people behind the meme coin project got good intentions, great things can happen. It's the fact that as soon as he got in, and I said this from the beginning for someone who was supportive of change, supportive of making America great again, supportive of Americans being in a position where they're going to be tired of winning. We were focused on that, and what we got on the right was that coin. And I said from the jump, I said, that's the only thing I don't like. I don't think it was warranted, necessary, or the right timing. If Barron wanted to do something on his own down the line, something, but the first thing we hear when we're all waiting for some kind of salvation in this, after going through 5 years of torment with the old administration, Elizabeth Warren and Gary Gensler, we were waiting for something. Bad timing with that coin.
Been like, there's so many examples of people launching crypto projects and having good intentions, and then market makers come in, liquidity providers, and all of a sudden it's in a bear market and nobody can explain why.
Yeah.
I'll give Donald Trump the benefit of the doubt and say similar things happen. He launched it. He had good intentions. Now it's been down in the dumps and people are holding that against him. I actually heard a couple of representatives say that was one of the reasons that they weren't willing to sign the Clarity Act back in late September, early.
Y'all hear that part? One of the reasons Democrats have a problem. Let's hear that one more time.
Democrats have kind of established themselves as the anti-crypto and the Republicans as the pro-crypto. And I've been very supportive of Donald Trump. I've been very outspoken about that. One of the things I think he did incorrect was launch his meme coin, because I think there's so much manipulation that can happen. Like, there's so.
And I know what you guys are thinking. It's not that he launched it, but his family. It was just the timing wasn't all that great.
So many examples of people launching crypto projects and having good intentions, and then market makers come in, liquidity providers, and all of a sudden it's in a bear market and nobody can explain why. I'll give Donald Trump the benefit.
First of all, Fred, something I know very little bit about. You know, again, greatest thing about crypto, anybody can do it. Worst thing about crypto, anybody can do it. I don't know who you are, Fred. I'm not talking down on Trump. I'm a Trump supporter. If you don't know, if you took the time to listen, what I'm saying is the meme coin. So, you know, for 1 minute, get Trump's schlong out your mouth, okay? Because I'm not one of those dudes that puts grown men schlong in my mouth. I've always supported. I'm a Brooklyn guy, so I don't take kind to people with their dumbass comments. You're entitled to a comment, but I never crapped on Trump because I'm a Trump supporter. If you didn't know that, okay? What I'm saying is the coin being launched at that time was a bad look. I told you it's different here. It's different here. This might not be the place for you because I can easily have you banned out of here. To any of my mods. I'm not saying that, so I don't mind your opinion, but something I know very little about. All I do here, you're trying to say that I'm not a person of this and that. All I do is give, brother. You don't know nothing about me. First of all, I'm first and foremost, so I shouldn't even let people like that get on my thing, but it just when someone takes a jab at my character, if you don't know, I tend to jab back 10 times harder. So get the man's thing out your mouth and just realize that I'm not saying anything bad about Trump. I'm saying the coin was bad timing. And even Ab says, what did he say? I'm a Trump supporter, but the timing was not good. That's all he said. Calm down.
Benefit of the doubt and say similar things happen. He launched it. He had good intentions. Now it's been down in the dumps and people are holding that against him. I actually heard a couple of representatives say that was one of the reasons that they weren't willing to sign the Clarity Act back in late September, early October of this year.
Yeah, thank you, Tiff. Some people watch this show and they don't realize how our community is. It's hosted by 68J, a Brooklyn-style type mindset business guy who actually has made some really good money in this business, in this space, buddy, and one of the biggest givers. My whole channel has done nothing but giving donations, and so when you come in here and you hear one little thing, yeah, thank you, he's gone. And because we don't need everybody here, but to sit up there and say I don't have this, or I'm not this, or I'm not committed, come on, bro, stop it. We're not talking like you should be able to say things. It's kind of like and thank you so much for whoever got rid of God, but it's kind of like one of those things. And we're a tight knit family, but it's kind of like when you can. I made this comment the other day when I said you don't know everybody, right? You don't know everybody's like somebody can seem the outer appearance of who they are can seem one way, and then you find out that person. And I'm not talking about anybody in particular, but I'll give you an example, and I'm gonna say this kindly, guys. I'm gonna say this very kindly. Thank you so much, Anthony. I love you, brother. My whole life, I would watch the Cosby Show. And as a poor kid, you'd watch stuff like the Cosby Show or whatever, and it just made you go, dang, what if my dad would have stuck around? What if that would have been our life? It gives you hope, and it's inspiring, or whatever the case may be, right? And you think you know somebody, and you grow up thinking you know somebody because of what the perception of what you're seeing. Like a lot of times what happened in crypto, you think you know somebody, and then all of a sudden you find out that the actual actor in that position was doing some very unethical things, and then it distorts your right. So the point I'm trying to make, you don't really know people in this space. Some people in this space I know, like Anthony Wanner, who I met through business, has been to my home with his wife and kids. Yes. Like Big Bro 10 has been to my home. Crypto Tells has been to my home. Fuma has been to my home. Crypto OG has stayed at night at my home. We're a real freaking family, not some facade or reflection of what people try to portray on here as a family. We're a family. We're a family. And I love my family. And I always try to let people, get people to understand that you don't know everybody. And that's some of the stuff we're hearing here lately with some of the things that come out. You don't know, when you start digging into people's pages, like, oh, shoot, I didn't know that. I didn't. And that's all I'm saying, right? From something small to something that maybe your name's on the Epstein list. Who knows? I'm just saying. Let's move on. Shouts out to my man Abs. Did we listen to this whole thing? Oh, no, there's an important part that he's getting ready to get into right now.
Here. So that has clearly worked against us. Now, if it doesn't get passed, here's why it does benefit XRP. XRP is the only digital asset with legal clarity.
Whoa. Listen to what he says. A lot of truth behind what he just said. Listen to what he says.
Actually heard a couple of representatives say that was one of the reasons that they weren't willing to sign the Clarity Act.
But what if the Clarity Act doesn't pass? Is everything doomed? Can nothing move forward?
Back in late September, early October of this year. So that has clearly worked against us. Now, if it doesn't get passed, here's why it does benefit XRP.
Okay.
XRP is the only digital asset with legal clarity.
Come on.
Not even Bitcoin can say
Come
that.
on.
And I think Jake Claver has done a great job highlighting this. I know you had a phenomenal interview with him yesterday where he stated, if Clarity doesn't get approved, this could be a situation where XRP is the only digital asset that can be leveraged. And I think Jake Claver has done a great job highlighting this. I know you had a phenomenal interview with him yesterday where he stated, if Clarity doesn't get approved, this could be a situation where XRP is the only digital asset that can be leveraged for many of these use cases that we've been highlighting. So situation where XRP is the only digital asset that situation where XRP is the only digital asset that situation where XRP is the only digital is the only digital is the only digital asset that can be leveraged for many of these use cases that we've been highlighting.
And it's kind of funny because me and Michael were talking about this morning doing my walk, and we were talking about how at one point XRP was the only asset that did not benefit from the last bull run in that sense. I mean, it went to like 1,000, but not like everything else. Everything else was able to fly high off of, remember, speculation. First one was hype. 17 was hype. 21 was speculation. And even if you speculated, which there were a lot of great things in place for XRP, it didn't have this moment. It was the only asset that didn't have its full potential moment. And when you go back and you look at some of these assets, guys, like, you know, Chainlink got up to $50-something. Polkadot got up to $56. Uniswap got up to like $50. Crow got up to 96, 97 cents. Everything had a sky takeoff, be all you can be speculative moment. Everything except for one asset that was still under scrutiny, still under that lawsuit, still with the SEC's boot on its neck, was XRP. And all of a sudden, you talking about divine, you talking about what was meant to be, you talking about they knew.
I'm highlighting this. I know you had a phenomenal and agree with them. If he doesn't get approved, this could be a situation where XRP is the only digital asset that can be leveraged for
Only one left out, only one that didn't benefit, to the only one.
XRP is the only digital asset that can be leveraged for many of these use cases that we've been highlighting. So it could be a black swan for the crypto market and a gift from God to the rest of the XRP community, I guess you would say. Maybe that's not the best way to phrase it.
A gift from God. You can phrase it the way you want to, brother. But he's saying something that's very in conjunction with what Linda P. Jones said and Molly Elmore said. A gift from God, a blessing. Now, I'm not trying to say, are you trying to say God came out with XRP? Stop it. You always got somebody who's going to go, what I'm trying to say is the once asset that was ridiculed, held out. What did Brad Garlinghouse say? Like a basketball being held on the water, put in this long legal battle. They did everything they could that one, because they knew once upon a time ago it was number 2, and for a very brief moment, number 1. All of a sudden you look up, and because of what they did, they forced it. They in a corrupted manner, they tried to kill it. They forced it into a legal battle, which brought all this stuff out. It checked every box, and the couple small things that they didn't know, they had to pay a fine to get clarity. They forced it to get clarity, to be deemed not a security. July 13th, 2023. Was it? Yeah. Was it 13th? By Judge Annalisa Torres, to get clarity. And that same act, that same thing they tried to do, will end up making it the one. It was always the one. It was always a phoenix.
Stated, if clarity doesn't get approved, this could be a situation where XRP is the only digital asset that can be leveraged for many of these use cases that we've been highlighting. So
God bless America. Let me stop. Good Lord, huh? Lord have mercy. Enough said. Let's move on. Respectfully, I say I'm capable of achieving anything. Not deserve. Deserving is entitlement. Capability is humble confidence. I like that. Altcoin season positioning is already underway. Altcoin CEX volume, excluding top 5 assets, is higher than in past cycles. And on-chain activity in all-time cycle highs. Retail sold the dip. Whales now dominate accumulation. Altcoin season isn't gone. It's shifting hands. XRP will lead the next leg of this cycle. I love it. I love it, Anthony. Gratitude is a magnet. Your mindset sets the currency. Facts. Got to be happy with the small wins, and that's a fact. As you look into this part right here where it says net inflows as of December 31st, XRP 5.58 million, Solana 2.29 million, net outflows, BTC down 348.10 million, ETH 72.06. But however, some of this might have changed as some of the numbers are changing right now. Shouts out to CDU1. Hey, it's Frozen 06. Frozen 06, I appreciate your channel, Big Dog, bro. Thank you, my man. It's people like you and the virtual hug you just gave and showing up and liking and just is why I do it. is why I do it. It's funny. I had a conversation with Michael this morning. He's in here, and I was talking about finding something for myself to do, right? Start going to the auctions with him, just finding something to do, because literally I wouldn't say the highlight of my day is literally doing my YouTube channel, and I'm hanging out with my dog, and that's what crypto has done for me. That's what crypto's done for us. So I'm gonna continue to be here, man. I'm gonna continue to love you guys, because I feel loved, and continue to put out content, and it's not even content, just sharing this journey. I don't even want to be a content creator, right? I click this button. I give myself a couple things on NeXt I can talk about, and the rest is just flow. And that's why I think sometimes I go over my hours, because it's just an organic, natural, heartfelt time of hanging out with my family. Appreciate you guys made your way. Marvin Davis in the house. We got Tiffany Serranos. We got Anthony Wanner. What's up, Marvin? Bullish Big Bird is in the Bullish Big D in the house. Shouts out to the virtual hug of CDU1. Virtual hug. Much love to you, my brother. Hugs back to you. Trump couldn't hold a candle to James. Did James bankrupt 616? I was like, watch yourself. Facts. I appreciate you, brother. Mama Land is in the house. Good to see you, Mama Land. Real Canal Life is in the house. We got Jose John in the house. Appreciate you, my man. Who else up in here? Erler is in the house. What's up, Erler? In the house. Big Bro 10, Tiffany Serranos, my beautiful queen, Jeanette. That's my baby. Bullish Big D. That's my dog right there. Water Buffalo in the house. What was that? What was that show where the guy goes? What was that show? I had an idea, and then okay, let's move on. Don't get mad, get better. Don't get mad, get better. I agree with that. Ride, easy ride, no. Is it an easy ride? Hell no. Worth the ride? Yes. This whole journey in crypto. Someone said, Jay, has it been an easy ride? Hell no. Was it worth the ride? Hell yes. If I go back and do everything the same, I would go back and probably change a couple things. You learn along the way. Purpose fuels the day. Reflection fuels growth. That's a fact. Trusted and fully compliant RLUSD will set the standard for stablecoins. Shouts out to my man Smoke. It says RLUSD will break the USDT and USDC duopoly in the stablecoin market. The stablecoin market is evolving beyond a two-user structure. Bitcoin Suisse forecasts a shift towards a multi-issuer environment as institutionally anchored stablecoins gain share on public settlement rails, reducing USDT and USDC's combined dominance. RLUSD is positioned at the forefront of this transition. Ripple's acquisition of prime broker Hidden Road, what? Ripple Prime, come on, baby, allows RLUSD to integrate directly into institutional trading, margining, and settlement workflows, embedding it where liquidity is generated and recycled. This stands in contrast to USDT's offshore liquidity concentration and USDC's payment-driven expansion. Bitcoin Suisse anticipates at least one bank or fintech-backed USD stablecoin surpassing 10 billion in support as the duopoly weakens. RLUSD matches that profile through regulatory alignment, capital markets integration, and digital access to institutional liquidity. Somebody's messaging me. All right, let's keep it going. All the information there. Documentation beats conversation every day of the week. That's a fact. Be honest. Will you buy XRP in 2026? Huh? Damn straight. XRP Ledger, validator, logic behind JP Morgan's and Ripple's G Treasury partnership is here. Let's check it out. If you click the link, it'll take you right into this this right here, which is recent commentary from XRPL validator VET has provided technical content to a payment infrastructure announcement involving JP Morgan Payments and G Treasury following a post shared by crypto commentator Subjective Views. Rather than focusing on the headline partnership itself, VET, always make me think of VeChain, same ticker, directed attention to the underlying settlement mechanics that make the arrangement operationally significant, particularly the role of netting and reducing transactional complexity for large enterprises. According to the explanation, the solution highlighted by G Treasury is centered on netting, a long-established financial process used by institutions to consolidate multiple payment obligations into a single net settlement amount. In practice, this allows counterparties with mutual obligation to avoid sending full gross payments in both directions, instead selling only the remaining balance for multinational firms with numerous subsidiaries. This approach materially reduces the number of transactions required to reconcile intercompany accounts. Okay, done with that one. Needed more coffee. Instead of seeking validation from others, focus on achieving your goals yourself. Amen, amen, amen. I like it. Shouts out to my man, Brad Garlinghouse. BG, are you with me? Talk to me.
With that, I'm going to end with Ripple has been ready for this moment.
Oh, you damn straight.
The XRP community has been ready for this moment.
Yeah.
I'm thrilled you are on this journey with us.
Yeah.
It is definitely happening. Thank you very much.
Ripple's ready for this moment. XRP's ready for this moment. Huh? Crypto for Life, Chicago Core Family, XRP Army. I hope you're ready for this damn moment. Let's do it. Greatest family on planet Earth. EARF. Let's do it.
Pull up in a spacecraft and bags on us. Get into them bags with them stacks on us. In a different bracks where they try to tax on us. Government some lies but them bags blowing up. Spitting 16s, keep them bags stuffed up. Give you more game than your mainstream rap buzz. Told you get the bag, disconnect from the fuzz. Your favorite rapper clone and he can't beat trust. Move to a different code so they can't tax us. Golden passports, rocket ships like Buzz. We light years ahead of the herd like
Ever wonder why they went after Ripple and XRP the way they did? It's not because they didn't think it was going to work. They knew it was number one and number two. They didn't want you to get rich but die trying. Tells new.
They don't want you to get rich but die trying. But I slid you the crypto list, so start buying. And I'll see you at the tip top when we start flying. Upgrade the shit, push a button, autopilot. So we just keep flying.
So many years and there's still no cheers. If fear selling and I'm still all in. What do you do when your freedom is an illusion? How high will it go when the XRP get the moon? It's amusing when you know that you ain't losing. Going back to go back, got them choosing. This one, bag it up. Here come the monkeys.
Y'all ain't ready for the monkeys. Y'all too early for that. Let's keep it going. What did Brad say again? I kind of missed it.
With that, I'm going to end with Ripple has been ready for this moment.
Ready for this moment. Huh? The crypto czar. The number one representative of the crypto industry. Working things out with the Fed. Huh? Who is it? This guy right here.
Ripple has been ready for this moment.
You damn straight.
The XRP community has been ready for this moment.
Oh, we had to go through 5 years of lawsuit. You damn straight. You damn straight. We hung in there strong. 6-0 against a huckster, froster, trickster of a SEC, Sleepy Joe Biden and the whole Biden administration and everybody that came with it, the Elizabeth Warrens and all the dumbasses. We went through it and we rose and we were victorious. Why? Because Ripple knew.
End with Ripple has been ready for this moment.
You damn straight.
The XRP community has been ready for this moment.
Yep.
I'm thrilled you are on this journey with us.
I am thrilled that we're on this journey with you as well, brother. Let's keep it going. Don't waste your time arguing with people who aren't worth your time. It's that simple. Don't waste your time arguing with people who are not worth your damn time. Crypto investors say if you hold XRP, a time will come when you won't know exactly how much money you have. What? What? Let's check it out. That's a big statement. I like that. Okay, it says finance commentator and XRP supporter John Squire says that people who hold XRP for a long time may one day lose track of how much their investment is worth. Can you imagine waking up one day and you're so excited, you're like, what? It went to, because remember, they talking about flipping a switch. And I'm not saying it's going to happen exactly, but let's just say it did. You look up and say, it's $10. It's $10. Oh, what? You look at, it's $20. It's $20. What happened? It's $100. Oh, it's $100. What? It's $500. It's $500. And you look at me and go, damn. I didn't even know you can have that many damn commas. And let me. Oh, God, guys, we have to end it in a better note. Let's keep it going. All right, if you guys want more information on that, make sure you guys click and read what was put out. Okay. Sometimes silence protects more than anger. Choosing peace over conflict is a form of strength and self-love. I agree with that. Life is 10% of what happens to us and 90% of how we react to it. I agree with that. They can fake it for a while, but time always reveals who a person truly is. You can't fake it for like 15 years, 17 years. You can fake it for a while, but at some point, And that's why I look back and I see all these people I've known for 10, 20, 15, 30, 40 years you can fake it for a while, but at some point, they're going to figure out who the hell you are. Facts. When XRP eventually, not in 24 hours from now, I'm not trying to say I'm like, 99.99% sure, not like that. I'm having fun. Let's stop it. When XRP eventually reaches $100, no one is going to care about past mistrade. They're not going to care about, they said, and he said, and she said, and well, I thought. When it hits $100, you're going to be too busy dancing. You'll be like this, huh? I'm just saying, something like that. Let's keep it going. I'm probably going to get a red mark for that one. Haters will hate on you no matter what you do. So win big. Give them something huge to hate on. It's as simple as just being successful. Dare to be different, baby. Dare to be different. Giving works when it asks something of us. Sacrifice is what turns generosity into growth. If I had to bet, I'm going to go with, let's see, which one? What was the question here? He says, who will be the king of 2026? Yeah, you know what I'm going to say. Let's move on. Be loyal to those who supported you and had your back when you had nothing. I agree with that. This isn't crypto adoption. It's a U.S. financial reset. Let's see what these brothers had to say on that one.
Paul Atkins was there. I took Paul Atkins to dinner with a whole group of those luminaries that were there. And he said something last week. I can't believe what he said last week and how we're not like shooting fireworks off in all the major cities. He basically said the whole financial services industry and all the transactions there too are going on chain. Did everybody hear that? I mean, he basically said the whole financial services industry and all the transactions there too are going on chain. Did everybody hear that? I mean,
I heard it. Did you hear it?
Unbelievable.
Hello,
Totally under the radar.
Did anybody hear that? I mean, what the hell's going on?
What in the hell's going on? You're trying to figure out, am I in the right investment? How come it's taking so long? Maybe I should just pull it all out and just, I don't know, go invest in something else like Chuck E. Cheese or something. Good Lord, stop it. Did you hear what he just said?
He basically said the whole financial services industry and all the transactions there too are going on chain. Did everybody hear that? I mean,
Unbelievable.
Hello,
totally under the radar.
Did anybody hear that? I mean, what the hell's going on? We should have had fireworks going off.
We should have had fireworks going off, guys. It's not if, but when. The question is, how will you be positioned, or how will you position yourself accordingly? Let's move on. True growth starts when excuses end. I agree with that. Do it alone. Do it broke. Do it tired. Do it scared. But guess what? Damn it, just do it. Facts. To anybody I offended in 2025, I just want to tell you guys right now. To anybody that 68J has offended in 2025, work on yourself and get better so I don't have to do the same damn thing again in 2026. I'm just saying, stop it. Good Lord. Y'all pray for Mr. Coffee. U.S. Senate prepares crypto regulation bill markup, signaling major shift in digital asset regulations. I'm not going to open this up. We're already an hour and a half, damn near almost 2 hours, so I'm going to blow past this. Celebrate your small wins, guys. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. You guys are undoubtedly some of the most amazing people ever. And for that reason, I'm going to ask you guys to do me a huge personal favor. Go over to our Crypto for Life page, which is Crypto for Life. That's your boy. It's 68J _ Crypto for Life. You can catch us. We go live Monday through Friday, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And sometimes we, run a little later. We might do some shows on the weekends or in the evenings. Sometimes if we have like guests. We've been around for a while, guys. It's been an extraordinary ride. We've had some of the biggest names on our show. It's been incredible. If you guys don't know, go check out Rick from the Start, the documentary by Fruition Productions, The War Against Crypto, The Attack on XRP. I was actually blessed to be in that documentary, along with many others like Coach JV, Jake Claver, Zach Rector, Linda P. Jones, many others, Jimmy Valley. Check it out. Also, catch us live on not only X, YouTube, and also IMU TV Live. They got a new mobile app. Those guys are doing big things. All you need is a Roku TV. You can download the app. It's also on Fire Stick TV. We're going to be going on Apple TV, and you can catch it mobily on their incredible app that they have put out. Definitely appreciate you guys made your way. Show your support. Definitely appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for being you. Understand and identify the moment that you have right now. I love you guys, to the almost 200 people that are watching on YouTube, X, and on IMUTV, because it shows me a collective number up here, not just one. I appreciate you guys. Until next time, it's your boy James, aka 68J. Oh, wait a minute. Gotta get some love, huh? Tiffany Serranos, Anthony Ranner, DCA Crypto Dave, Marvin Davis, CDU1, who else we got here? Bullish Bird, Bullish Big D. It's going to be hard to do this because we got so many people coming in. Mamboland, Chicken 415. Who else is in here? Did I miss anybody? Anthony Man, the Myth, the Wanner. XRP Spalding in the house. What's up, my dog? XRP going to the moon. You're damn straight. We've got Real Canal Life. We've got, who else we got? I like to give my family recognition. Jose John in the house. Erler in the house. My beautiful queen, Jeanette. Big Bro 10 in the house. Tiffany Serrano's in the house. Sexy, my sexy baby, Jeanette. DCA Crypto Dave up in here. Anybody else? Tiffany Serranos and Gabe. I appreciate both of you. That's my family. Water Buffalo's up in here. We got Jose John. I said that. Mike, my best boy, if y'all didn't know. What is Real Matrix in the house? What's up, my brother? Good to see you. 6'8". I am Protectors, part of the I Am UTB family. Much love to you. We got Ivan Hernandez. What's up, Ivan? In the house. Marvin Davis, that's my dog. World Be Free in the house, huh? The Fire Master, that's my man, Pots and Pants. Michael, that's my dog. Ruru in the house. Lions Den Daniel up in here. Guys, I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Until next time, it's your boy James, aka 68J. God bless. Greatest family on planet Earth. EARF. Yeah.